Hey guys, first of all, thank you all so much for your support because I now have 100,000 subscribers. Really can't believe it and we need to celebrate. So I'm announcing a big giveaway at the end of the video, so stay tuned. And now let's get cooking. Because today I'm going to show you how to work with different kinds of blossoms. We're going to make a Korean style syrup, a vinegar, a blossom oil, a blossom emulsion, some dried blossom galettes and a delicious bourblanc. So, let's begin.
For this video, all the blossoms I use are organic and homegrown or picked in the wild with permission. Some vegetable shops also sell delicious blossoms and flowers, so you can always ask. If you pick wild blossoms, make sure you respect the nature and don't pick everything. Keep it in balance. Now let's make an oil and emulsion. First, sort some hackberry blossoms from the branches and leaves. It doesn't need to be 100% clean, but the cleaner the better. Now transfer it into a bowl and weigh the total amount. I had 150 grams of clean blossoms. Then transfer it into a preserving jar and add 10 times the amount of neutral oil. So in this case 1500 grams of sunflower oil to 150 grams of hackberry blossom. Now close the lid, label the jar and let the oil infuse overnight at room temperature. The next day you need to steam it at 40 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. You can also do this sous vide. My timer broke down, but fortunately I have my sous to keep an eye on it. Then let it rest for an hour. After that, drain the oil. Let it drain for at least 30 minutes so you don't waste a single drop. Now clarify it by passing it through a fine sieve that's lined with a kitchen paper. Then for the emulsion, mix 40 grams of egg white with 25 grams of blossom vinegar, 40 grams of ice cubes, 4 grams of salt and 180 grams of blossom oil. Now blend this till it's completely emulsified. Once thickened, transfer it into a piping bottle and let it set in your fridge. It's great to serve with vegetable dishes or seafood. I love serving it with a beautiful crab salad. Now for the Magnolia bourblanc. First the gastrique. Pour 700 grams of white wine into a big pan and also add 200 grams of white wine vinegar, 18 black pepper grains, 26 coriander seeds and 3 sprigs of tarragon. Then cut 4 shallots in half and clean them. Now chop them. Add them to the pan and then reduce it for 80%. Meanwhile, remove the stem from 20 magnolia flowers. These have a delicious fresh and aromatic flavor. Once the liquid has reduced enough, turn off the heat and add the flowers. Mix it well and then transfer everything into a bowl. Now cover this with some foil and then let it cool down in your fridge. I always leave it overnight. Once it has cooled down, pass it through a fine sieve and use a ladle to make it a bit easier. Then pour 100 grams of the Magnolia gastrique into a saucepan and also add 20 grams of cream and 5 grams of salt. Bring this to a boil. Once it's boiling, turn down the heat and slowly while stirring add 200 grams of cold cubes of butter. Normally there's no cream in a beurre blanc, but I add it to stabilize the sauce, making it more foolproof when you want to reheat it. Now the Magnolia syrup. Start by removing the Magnolia petals from the flowers. You need quite a lot, but the end result is so good. Once it's done, wash the petals to remove any bugs. After a couple of minutes, drain the water and dry the petals by using a salad spinner. Then let them dry for 30 minutes in your oven or heat roll with just the fan on to remove as much excess water as possible. After that, weigh the magnolia and add a gram of sugar for every gram of magnolia petals. First, add a layer of sugar on the bottom of a preserving jar and then add a layer of magnolia. Now continue till you end up with a thick layer of sugar on top. Then press it down using a glass weight or use a regular glass. Now close it up and then keep it in your fridge for 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, all the sugar has dissolved and it turned into a beautiful thick and rich syrup. When it has happened, drain the syrup and use a spoon to press out all the syrup so you don't waste a single drop. Now you can keep it in your fridge for many weeks. Then the rhubarb broth. First mix 300 grams of frozen rhubarb with 30 grams of sugar and cover it as tight as possible with plastic wrap. Now heat it on a double boiler on a low heat for 4 hours. After that, remove the wrap and let the liquid drain on a sieve that's lined with a kitchen paper. Do this in your fridge for a couple of hours so you don't waste a single drop. Once it's done, season the broth with the magnolia syrup. It's really a combination made in heaven. I do this on taste and not on recipe because the flavor of the syrup depends on how flavorful your magnolia flower is. Then for the blossom white chocolate galettes. Here I use cherry blossom. First remove the blossoms from the stems and weigh the total amount. Then add 15% of salt and gently mix it not to bruise the flowers. Now press it down with a ball and then let it brine in your fridge for 2 days. After that, submerge the blossoms with cold water and gently mix it for a couple of seconds. Then drain as much water as possible. Once it's done, submerge it with some sushi vinegar. Now cover it, press it down and then let it pickle in your fridge for 2 days as well. After the 2 days, the vinegar has turned beautifully pink and you can drain it by passing it through a fine sieve. It's great for vinaigrettes, seasoning and much more. Then gently pick the blossoms apart from each other and transfer them on some kitchen paper. Now put another layer on top and press it down to dry them. Then lay them on a silicone sheet and dry them at 40 degrees Celsius till completely crispy. The blossoms have a beautiful flavor and it's great for a garnish. Now take some melted chocolate at 45 degrees Celsius and add a quarter of chocolate nibs. Then mix it well to cool down the chocolate and temper it. In the end, the chocolate needs to be 30 degrees Celsius. Once it's done, pour it on a plastic sheet and spread it. Then directly lay the dried blossoms on top. You'll need to work fast because the chocolate will set and then the blossoms won't stick. Now cover it with another sheet of foil and add a flat board or tray as well. Then let it set for at least 30 minutes. Once it's set, remove the top layer and portion it with the desired cutter. These are perfect to decorate desserts and really bring them to the next level.
Okay guys, I am super happy with the result. All the recipes are delicious and they look beautiful as well. I'm especially happy with these, they look spectacular. If you have a very messy dessert and you want to finish it up with something fine dining and something spectacular, then this is a winner. I mean, just look at it, the beautiful color. It's crispy because of the chocolate, the flavor is very delicious because it has some acidity because of the vinegar. The saltiness brings it perfectly in balance and then the floweriness of the delicious blossom. It's definitely a winner. But enough talking, let's get down to business. Let's talk about the giveaway. It's my first giveaway on YouTube. I've done quite a lot of giveaways on my Instagram so far, but it's my first on YouTube, so I want to do it justice. Because you can win a 6-course dinner for 6 persons at your place. And it's worldwide entry. It's all inclusive, so I'm going to take care of cocktails, champagnes, small bites, fruities, coffee, the 6 courses. So 6 of my favorite dishes that I'm going to be cooking at your place. And like I said, worldwide entry. And now I hear you think, okay, how can I enter? How can I do this? How can I win this amazing giveaway? It's quite simple. Just subscribe. If you subscribe, you automatically enter. And here's the catch. Well, it's not a catch actually. If you let your family subscribe as well, your friends, your colleagues, you all can enter. And then you can just have one big massive feast. The dinner is probably going to take a couple of hours. We're going to have a lot of fun as well. And all the prep I'm gonna do at my place, or I'm gonna rent a kitchen. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that because it depends on where I'm gonna be cooking. Can be in Australia, can be in Brazil, can be in Singapore, can be in France, can be in Spain, can be in Norway. Don't know yet. It's a random subscriber and you can win it. So just subscribe and then you automatically enter. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed these beautiful techniques on how to work with blossom. Please let me know in the comments on what you think and what you want to see next. Like, share and subscribe if you want to support my channel and also if you want to enter the giveaway. I'm going to announce the winner in 2 weeks, so subscribe and as always, bon appetit!